Oh, look at that. We're live for another Joking Adventure Hour. This is Wednesday, July 1st, 2026, George. We're on the second half of the year, George.
Yep.
That means that Trump's already have 1 year and 6 months into his term.
Yep.
That means that it's only 2 years and a half left of his term.
Yep.
That's crazy, George.
Yep. He's going to go into his fourth term. You'll see.
Exactly. All right. Thank you to X Rumble Bitchu. Thank you to YouTube. Thank you to Local to Bots. Thank you to the chat. Thank you to everybody else. George. Hello.
Greetings.
You stream every night because the stories are real, but the news, they happen to be fake.
Yep.
And be sure you get your copy of the Immortal Mass, a 200-page graphic novel, on sale now at my website, Dinales.com. Or, if you prefer, there's a huge library of other products at CriticalBlast.com, and you can find my product there as well. And if you want a bigger retailer, you can go to Amazon.com because you can find almost everything in there.
Yep.
All right, Colonel Towner Watkins. Another Russia did it falls apart.
What?
Yeah. Stanislav. Germany files the first charge over Nord Stream. For 38 years, Germany's justice pretended to be searching for the culprit somewhere in the Baltic fogs, and now the first charge. The German prosecutor office has charged a Ukrainian citizen, Sergei K., with attacking civilian energy infrastructure. Under international laws, it's a war crime. Germans shyly hide the name behind an initial as if it's a state secret, but everyone knows it. Kuznikovs. Sergei Kuznikovs, 49, a former officer of the Security Service of Ukraine, a retired captain of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, commanded a unit defending Kiev in the first week of the war, and when he was arrested, he was found to have a second passport under the name Kulik. He was detained in August of 2025, not in a trench, on a family vacation in Rimini, Italia, in a resort bungalow where he has come to see his son off to study. He was arrested. And now, how it happened, according to German's investigation itself, September 20th, 2022, a yacht named Andromeda, a Bavarian cruiser, 50 sailboats rented with forged documents, leaves Rostock. The crew, 7, all Ukrainian citizens, 4 divers, an explosive expert, a skipper, and coordinator, Kasanov. Of course, to the Danish Bornholm, to the pipes at a depth of 80 meters.
Wow.
And I will name others since the Germans are being shy. Vladimir Zulolev, a diving instructor for Kiev scuba family, the main executor. He was put on a wanted list back in 2024, and Poland refused to expedite him. They said directly that such people should be rewarded, not arrested. He left the country, according to the investigation, in a car with diplomatic plates of the Ukrainian embassy in Warsaw. Valery Shonasova, a 40-year-old diver, a record holder of Ukraine in deep-sea diving, 104 meters, the only woman aboard, the one who insisted on bringing the job to the end when the men gave up due to stormy weather. A woman with character, to say the least. This is starting to become like Ocean 11, but the East Europe edition. Yevin Yubaspaid, a diver from the same school, the skipper from Odessa, and 7, Vlosalod, 52. This one is after the summertime underwent training at the Bone to Work Training Center in Wildfelling, where Ukrainian soldiers are trained. He disappeared at the front in December 2024. The charges a mixture of hexogen and octogen with timers. 3 out of the 4 lines shattered. The damage over $20 billion, the most high-profile sabotage since the Cold War. So, not the Russian, the Ukrainian, the so-called allies that they're secretly helping put their hats on. How's that for payment?
Well, that blows.
Yeah. All right, Eric. Holy crap! In a jaw-dropping betrayal, Minnesota Governor Tim Watts and the state official has pardoned an illegal alien child predator who is convicted of sexually assaulting a 10-year-old. He called his actual a cultural thing. Democrat condone pedophilia. This is their platform. Department of Homeland Security. Do Ling Vong was set to be removed from the country imminently after the pardon was announced. Now the pardon would thwart his removal from the United States. According to court filing, Vong repeatedly sexually assaulted a girl between 2002 and 2004. On one occasion, he tried to offer his victim $10 to keep quiet about the sexual assaults. After being interviewed by the police, he tried to justify his action by saying that for him, it's a cultural thing to marry and have sex with girls as young as 12. He also
Holy
claimed
shit.
that the victim was just as guilty as him and should be arrested. Governor Wall's decision to pardon an illegal alien to convicted child rapist so he could remain in our country is disgusting. Tim should resign tonight. All right. George, take a crack at it, and then I'll say my piece.
Is there a reason why this guy was given a pardon? I mean, what asset is he to Tim, Tampon Tim?
He's no asset to Tim Pon Tim. This is a humiliation to Tim Pon Tim. Tim Pon Tim is playing a role. And that role is, since you were a traitor to the United States, we're going to drag your legacy, your credibility, your reputation, your legacy through the mud and every conceivable shit face ass way possible. Now you're going to say, why would you do that? Because he's a traitor to the country, and this is his punishment before the actual punishment. Now, why is this happening? Because there's some people who are so bullheadedly stupid that they're going to make this more and more and more and more obvious and repugnant that even the stupidest of people will get the message.
Okay, I can see that, I guess.
Yeah. See, sometimes you have to be so over the top that you have to ask the question. Your ideology can't. Remember when Charlie Kirk was asking questions and they got him into that logic brain desist what is it, dissidence.
Yes.
This is dissidence in a more global scale, because then the people who are Democrats and who still believes in it have to beg the question, why? This doesn't make any sense. You know?
Yeah.
And when they start asking questions, then they start asking more questions. So this is supposed to breed questions and outrage. Kind of deal.
Yeah.
All right, this 2022 clips never get old. It's from Mario. A cow got loose on Oklahoma highway, and the state deployed its natural emergency response. A cowboy horseback with a lasso. Just another day in Oklahoma. See? Don't jump in until somebody's saying, "Hey, that's an illegal cow." Colonel Tom Watkins, 1,600 Nazis were not involved in MK Ultra. Good grief. Most of them has zero to do with it. The real problem is that we didn't hang them all. All right, this is MJ Truth Ultra. Operation Paperclip discussed today. CIA recruited 1,600 Nazi scientists into the U.S. government after World War II to continue the research and experimentation with MK Ultra mind control. This was done knowingly in the direct violation of the Nuremberg Code and constituted crimes against humanity. Now we are getting somewhere. And for those people who say, okay, great, but she hasn't done anything. Her job isn't to solve the problem. She's not there to solve the problem. She's not there to offer solution. She's there to be a mouthpiece and say, hey, I'm a hot girl, but here's some bad truth about the government. I, as a spokesperson of the government, have now relayed to you that MK Ultra is a true thing, not a conspiracy theory, that we did recruit 1,600 Nazis during Operation Paperclip, which is not a conspiracy theory, and that, we thought we were removing evils. No, we just took control of those evil for our own use.
Oh no, so much evil.
Yes. So that's why I'm kind of laughing.
Yeah, they finally got around to it, huh?
Mm-hmm. So this is what you call a disclosure. So when you're getting angry, why don't you
Wait, so this is real disclosure, not Steven Spielberg bullshit disclosure.
Exactly.
I can see why they hired Spielberg, because this is just boring. Oh no, look, paperwork. Oh no, we're tracking paperwork.
Yes.
Oh look, paperwork is telling us the disclosure information.
Oh no.
Where's the spaceship battles and all that stuff? Oh no, there isn't any. Ah, shucks.
It's almost as bad as that mini TV series that he did back in the, what is it, early?
Don't remind me, please don't.
Yes, the 2000s, where
you brought up the trauma. The trauma.
Yeah, it was on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah, it was supposed to, defeat the X-Files, and it didn't do it at all.
Yeah. Blonde Gav Girl. So MK Ultra might be all sexy, but what's the point? The culprits are dead. Should focus on the crimes of the living.
Yeah.
The problem. Okay. The people who did it, the culprits, yes, they are dead. But the program, the descendants of those program, the new iteration of the program is still active. The conspiracy is still ongoing, meaning new people have taken place of those culprits who are now dead and still facilitating that program that should be done. And if you want to have a good example of that, hey, remember 2020? Wear a mask. Stay 6 feet apart. You can take your mask off when you sit down on a restaurant. It's for the greater good. Have you heard those?
Yeah.
Remember the whole gaslighting? If you don't, I think that MK Ultra is currently working. Oh, King David, astonished at Costco offering. Seriously, Scottish discovering America's priceless. It's like I come home. Sweet home. Country road.
All right, open.
You're lying. You're lying. It's a Costco. I see all the moms on TikTok going, can I get a hot dog?
Yeah, of course.
Oh my god, this Costco. Can I scan your card?
Yeah, here. All right, we need to go to the produce section. I actually need some stuff.
They have food and the washer dryer in here.
Yeah, and lots of things.
我被抄 That's enough cheese for the whole country, so free. It was free. Should I get one for each person in the family? I could feed the whole plane. The whole bloody plane. $1.50. $1.50.
All right, open.
This is sad, man.
I don't know.
Sad.
I know.
No, let's go to the hot dog stand. Oh my God, look at that, a hot dog stand. Oh my gosh, look at that. It looks like a hot dog, but it's really a sausage. Oh my God. And those crispy dark spots on it, those are the flies that burn, while they're trying to eat the hot dog. Oh my gosh, is that relish? Oh my gosh, is that ketchup? Oh my gosh, is that mustard? Oh my God.
Wait, I don't have to pay for the condiments? No,
What?
the condiments are free.
I can ask for all the condiments?
Yes.
On the hot dog?
Yes, and it's free. It's not extra charge.
And it comes with a combo? Oh
Yes.
my gosh. Oh. Ah, geez, Chris, right? What the hell, man?
Because
you come across the planet for this?
Because they have to pay. Listen, George, they're having the reverse culture shock. When American goes to Europe, they have to pay for everything, even the condiments. The condiments not even free. They have to pay extra for the condiments. Yeah. You want to go to the toilet? You have to pay $1.50 to use the toilet. You want to use the condiments? You have to pay $1 for the condiments. You want a refill? You have to pay again for another drink. That's in Europe, George. Oh, wait. You want to eat something at 3 o'clock? I'm sorry, all the restaurants and stores are closed at 3 o'clock. Come back at 6 o'clock when, we open because nobody's awake. What do you mean it's closed? Well, people only eat very early in the morning or very late at 12, and you eat really big because they don't open until 6 or 8 o'clock at night. Unless you want to cook for yourself, that's your thing. But if you're a tourist, they don't tell you that.
If you're a tourist, just go to the freaking hotel. If you have a good hotel, just go to it, talk to the concierge and say, you know what? I want a pizza. I want a hamburger with cheese and bacon, and I want some fries. I want it sent to my room. I want it in an hour. Thank you. And the concierge is going to do that.
No, you got to wait your turn. Our kitchens are closed.
Telling you, if you pay the concierge $2,000-$3,000, I can guarantee you, the kitchen will be open.
So Europe is the continent of the Ferengis. Yes. They'll let you buy a piece of their ears if they would let you. Eric, breaking. Governor Ron DeSantis announced that Florida cabinet will officially designate Antifa, the Muslim Brotherhood, the Council of American Islamic Relations, as terrorist organization under a law that takes effect today. Islamism and leftist violence have no place in Florida. The law takes effective July 1st today, so we're not going to waste any time. We're going to move forward, and we're going to make sure that we're very robust in doing this. So based on the recommendation of Florida's Domestic Security Professional Authority, the newly established authority in law, my office, and the cabinets are proposed to officially designate the first few of terrorist organization under a new law. This will be a reaffirmation of my prior executive order. It's no longer an executive order, it's the law of the land in Florida. So it's been codified into law.
Wow.
We're also adding and ratifying Antifa as a domestic terrorist organization, as well as a number of groups that are affiliated with the drug cartels or drug cartels such as Cartel de Sinaloa, Tren de Agua, and others that you've heard. And finally, including this tranche, the Islamic Revolution Guard Corps of Iran. These are things that have very strong factual basis. You know what I'm waiting for, George? The Marquise of Privateers to be released, George.
Wow.
You know why?
Why?
Because under Florida law, if your car is being blocked, you're allowed to, for your own protection, continue just driving. forward. Just saying. And if you're if you have the marquise of privateer, you got some special special authorities to move forward.
Very nice.
New media hoax. This woman who allegedly planned a mass shooting in Las Vegas is a man. She's a man, baby. The fake news media is covering up the truth of trans violence once again. You don't hate the media enough. All right. Las Vegas Review Journal: Woman planned mass shooting at Henderson Casino, had 2 dozen weapon, police says. Fox 5, Las Vegas: woman accused of terrorist-related threats in Las Vegas gets $500,000 in bail. Casino.com: woman arrested in casino garage over mass shooting plot. This is I can't really read. 11, 13, and 9, Fox, CBS, and something else. Las Vegas woman arrested for making terrorist threats. The Nevada Globe: Las Vegas woman accused of Sunset Station mass shooting threat held at $500,000 bail. Funny, isn't the Henderson Casinos when the last mass shooting took place years ago, which is what facilitated the bump? Wannabe trans terrorist arrested in Las Vegas. Allison Hollett, a man pretending to be a woman, was arrested by police after he allegedly planned to carry out a mass shooting. Police found a huge stockpile of weapon at his home. He's being held at $500,000 bond. We have an epidemic of trans violence in our country. In some other cases, you call that MK Ultra or deep dreaming. You know, they're deep in their delusions. TMZ: Harvey Weinstein suffer heart failure at Rikers Island, sources say. George?
Looks familiar.
That's
I can't place where I've seen that face before.
Harvey
Bald, glasses, kind of smug.
The usual
Scott
liberal.
Adams.
Usual liberal face.
Scott Adams.
Oh, Scott Adams. TMZ again. Senator Mitch McConnell was found unconscious when rushed to the hospital. No detail has been forthcoming if he's dead or alive.
Oh, no.
So today, President Trump went to, I believe, North Dakota. Yeah, went to North Dakota to unveil the new Teddy Roosevelt Presidential Library. Here's a new, I guess, thing that you can do with AI now.
Every day, a president faces storms most people never see. Keep your nerve and remember the nation comes first. You get through. I know you know that feeling yourself.
Well, I appreciate those words. Those words are fantastic. And I just want to say it's an honor to be with you today. We are making a little bit of a tour, some of the fantastic things you've done.
Every day, a president faces.
So now you can go to the Teddy Roosevelt Presidential Library in North Dakota, which is near Mount Rushmore, and talk to an AI version of Teddy Roosevelt. Oh, here's another one from this is from Margot Martin from another angle.
You consider the Panama Canal your greatest achievement?
Well. Right then, yes.
Good answer.
Is that a screen?
The canal stands as one of my proudest battles.
Yeah, it's a huge wall screen.
Wow, that's pretty fucking good.
No question. But greatness is a strange thing. It isn't always the biggest or boldest job that matters most. Panama Canal showed what America could achieve if we held steady and acted fast when the world dragged its feet. That said, I measure my greatest work by the lives improved. Parks set aside, food and drugs made safe, the square deal given to all, not just to a few. Still, when I stood in the mud watching those steam shovels, knowing ships would pass through, changing the world's map forever, I felt I'd left a mark that would last.
Okay, you did. Thank you.
You know what's funny is since he's 80 years old, he's closer to Roosevelt time than he is to us. If you think about it.
Yeah.
So from one president to another president. The RNC research, Democrat can gaslight American all they want, but history is a great teacher. How to spot a communist 2026. All right.
In recognizing a communist, physical appearance counts for nothing. If he openly declares himself to be a communist, we take his word for it.
I am a democratic socialist.
You call yourself a democratic socialist?
I'm a democratic socialist.
Mamdani is a self-described socialist.
I am a democratic socialist.
Claire Valdez, this is a candidate, again, aligned with the Democratic Socialists of America.
I'm a proud democratic socialist.
I identify as a democratic socialist, but I'm running as a Democrat.
We will replace the frigidity of rugged individualism with the warmth of collectivism. We will prove that there is no problem too large for government to solve and no concern too small for it to care about.
If a person consistently reads and advocates the views expressed in a communist publication, he may be a communist.
Hey, did you see it?
Yep.
Da-da-dun, da-da-dun.
It's all coming together. James Bond.
Oh, hold that thought.
He may be a communist.
Social media posts from Dinales Avila Chevalier's old X account, including favorable references to communism, Marxist ideology, and authoritarian communist figures.
As Eugene Debs once said,
If a person supports organizations which reflect communist teachings, she may be a communist.
I've been a member of New York City DSA for 7 years.
Feed the rich and feed the poor. This is class war.
If a person defends the activities of communist nations while consistently attacking the domestic and foreign policy of the United States, she may be a communist.
Cuba has a remarkable public health system.
We remember Fidel Castro, whose legacy is complex.
Sort of the opposite of what the United States has.
You know, when Fidel Castro came into office, you know what he did? He had a massive literacy program. Is that a bad thing?
There's a lot of dissidents imprisoned in Cuba.
That's right.
The actions and U.S. contributions to the suffering of Cubans.
This particular bullying and the use of sanctions.
Like other U.S. policies, the cruelty is the point.
It does not help the people of countries like Venezuela.
Do you believe that the 9/11 terrorist attacks on America were the inevitable consequence of American foreign policy?
Inevitable in the sense that we destabilized a lot of the Middle East, that forced people to believe that another act of violence was the only response.
Social media post from Dinales Avila Chevalier. One calls the United States an effing disgrace.
If a person does all these things over a period of time, he must be a communist.
I mean, our goal is liberation. Our goal is communism.
Wow.
Remember when you said James Bond just now?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll read this. Colonel Tom Watkins, Charles. Interesting information. The start of the MK Ultra is detailed in many of the Korean War books because the U.S. Prisoner of war prisoners were saying truthful things that were inconvenient to the U.S. The CIA declared that they'd been brainwashed by their captors to discredit their statement. That gave the CIA the excuse to experiment on people to figure out how they did it, all while knowing full well the soldiers weren't brainwashed at all. She's responding to Charles Small. Fun facts, MK Ultra started on April 13, 1953, the same day James Bond was first published. Also, it's the same date that James Bond's birth and date of James' murder mother's birthday, who's buried the exact minute JFK was declared dead. Coincident? But Spectre was a biography of James and a reference MK Ultra Inspector. Anyhow, look over here. Oh, look over there. Don't look over here. Whoa. And then to go a little bit into the rabbit hole, Mrs. Ethel K. Stevens, Miss Stevens of Agmont, New York, died Tuesday. She is survived by one son, J.T. Stevens Jr. of Arcmont, 5 brothers: Charles D., John D., William Wilcliffe B. Kitchen of Buckingham, and Cougar M. Kitchen of Lynchburg, 2 sisters, Mrs. H.S. Flournoy of Elderson and Mrs. F.W. Swan of Buckingham. Funeral service will be held at 2 p.m. tomorrow at Sutherland Brown Funeral Home, with private burial. The body will rest at the funeral home after 6 p.m. today. Huh. That is strange. That's the obituary. Responding to Colonel Town Watkins, this is what happened when congressional members won't meet with the people who contacted her office. What she meant to say is OSS, given that the CIA wasn't even created for a few years. Do you think she's even aware of Unit 731? The OSS protected all the real criminals at Nuremberg because they wanted to use them in the research on the world post-World War II. The OSS worked with the Army CIC at Eisenhower's direction, as they did in Japan under the order of MacArthur. Of course, we have pointed out numerous times that the Nazis staffed in NATO's as well as used the Glenhen organization to set up the world's largest terrorist organization that is alive and well today. Ukraine is a drop in the bucket. UK Ultra, Operation Gladio, Kongor are still alive and well because every time Congress put on a show and hearing, no one ever went to the gallows for the crimes against humanity. And then, again, responding to Representative Anna Polina Luna, what does the CIA, Nazi Germany, and Nuremberg trial have all in common? MK Ultra. Hey, George.
Give me a sec. Go
ahead.
All right. First of all, this news that you just ran,
yeah,
it didn't strike me in the funny bone. It didn't strike me in the sad bone. You know what? I heard. It felt like it was a bundle. It felt like it's a news bit that's bundled with other news bits, just to get the algorithm, pointing towards a direct, a certain website to get ad revenue. Because what you read is like there was no call, there was no action, it wasn't sexy, it wasn't interesting, it wasn't, there was no bras, there was no chicks, there was no color to it. It was just boring.
Yeah.
And I realized, it's gotta be just, a story that's just a bit so they can capture people's attention, get their click.
I don't think it's a bit. I think Anna Polina is a bit, but I don't think these people are a bit. These are dry facts.
Anna Polina is the opposite of AOC. AOC came in as an actor. Anna Polina Luna came in as a sexy waitress or something. And she did a lot of really hot videos. What's the difference between the two?
There's none. That's why I said she's a bit, but I'm talking about these other stories that you're kind of saying.
Yeah.
These people who is actually researching the thing. Just saying.
Yeah.
The U.S. Trade Representative today, the United States, Mexico, and Canada met virtually to discuss the operation of USMCA, or as Canadian call it, CUSMA, The United States did not agree to renew the CUSMA in its current form. However, the agreement remains in force pending resolution of these issues or until the agreement is terminated. It's just another way of saying we're going to pull out, figure out what you're going to do.
Something's going on. I don't know what it is, but Canada was not at the table at all.
Yeah. I don't think Canada is a country anymore. And if it's not a country, why would it be at the table?
Yes, we still need to eat.
Yeah, but you're part of the United States.
You have to go into that conspiracy theory, did you?
That's the name of this show. Frank Folder, Brits are in shock on how good a Georgia peach is.
Okay, let's hear him out.
Well, 1 second. The thing froze on me.
Oh my days, that's so tasty.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I've had a peach for a long, long time, but that is sweet and juicy and oh my gosh, really nice.
It's so juicy, isn't it? It's so juicy.
I didn't actually think I liked peaches apart from in a cobbler, but I'm going to go back and get some more peaches. That is fantastic.
Maybe we could make a peach cobbler while we're over here with Georgia peaches.
That's incredible. So
Well, let's put this into perspective. The Europeans were bitching, complaining, and saying how they're better than Americans.
Yeah.
And so far, they have been freaking out and going goo goo gaga over a fucking gas station.
Yep.
A standard restaurant.
Yep.
And groceries.
My God, they actually have groceries over here.
I mean, how poor is their experience over there?
George,
holy fuck,
George, were we not, or were we not the world's welfare check for the last 40 years?
Yeah, I know that, but like, how poor is their experience over there?
They're so
it's like it's like for whatever or for however way I can describe it.
Yeah,
is like they were on SNAP benefits on an epic level.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
It's crazy. Lives of TikTok. You're not going to believe this, but Enyen Sadid Barrett, the son of the former Somalian genocidal dictator Mohammed Saleh Barrett, operates a taxpayer fund home care company in Columbus, Ohio. He was his father's national security advisor and never ends.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. One day you're a warlord, the next day you're managing the
healthcare of old people and making sure that they leave peacefully.
Yeah.
Alpha Fox, how women look leaving the house with their fancy cups and bags. You're going to make enemies, aren't you, George?
This is so accurate.
Yes.
I'm telling you right now, I'm not bullshitting you. Today, I helped my wife exit the house. Like this.
All right, ready.
Is that really how I look?
Yes.
No, because you didn't crash into the neighbor's car as you're backing off.
Yes.
Okay. Malthazim. The Earth is not a spinning ball. All right.
Okay, pause. Before we go any further, just pause. Remember when Shatner came down?
Yeah.
And the idiots, Bezos, interrupted him?
Yeah.
Here is William Shatner, uninterrupted, and what he was about to say at that monumental moment. Here is what he's going to tell you what he was going to say at that monumental moment.
All right. All right. 95-year-old William Shatner's about to say what he saw.
I have to have you clear something up, though, if you don't mind, on the show this week. The last time you were on, we had a clip that got like 2 million views because you said something, and then people are actually attacking me saying, that's not really Bill Shatner. That's why I'm glad you're on video this time.
What did I say? I take it back.
I asked you when you were up in space if you could clear the air of letting people know, is the Earth round or flat? And can you confirm that the Earth is round? Because there's been a lot of talk that the Earth is flat. Are you able to tell that from space?
No. I have not seen complete proof that the Earth is round. You can't tell me that it's round with any great proof, other than somebody said, oh, I went around it. Well, that's their journey. My journey is, as far as I'm concerned, the Earth is flat.
Interesting. You actually said to me that there was no evidence to you that the Earth was in fact round, and until somebody proved it to you, it was flat. That's what you said, and people went friggin' nuts over it. I didn't realize people would go that crazy.
The Earth is flat. The illusion is that it's round. The Earth is flat. The illusion is that it's round.
Okay,
the
pause.
Earth is flat.
So now that you hear it from his mouth directly,
from James T. Kirk.
From James T. Kirk directly.
Yeah.
The question now becomes, was he purposely interrupted by Bezos?
Well, duh. Bezos, DARPA. You know that, right?
Well, yeah, I know that, but it was so acute what Bezos did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he stopped it. He couldn't spook the investors, saying that the Earth is flat. I mean, have you noticed back a couple of years ago, anytime somebody says the Earth is flat, you would get numerous trolls going into your chat. Remember that?
Oh my gosh, yes.
And
I had so many trolls when I did the comparison of the Earth to the Moon and the scale of it.
Yeah.
And I said, and they all came running and started shitting on me on X, and I waited for a whole day to let them talk, get their shit out, their bullshit narrative, and then I said, all you have to do is just step outside and look up and see the moon, and you tell me if it's the right size for its distance.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. Especially the big moon, the big blue moon, and all that stuff. You look up and you see how big it is, and all that stuff. It's like, wait a minute. The moon's orbit around the Earth is consistent. How the fuck does the moon end up becoming like 2 or 3 times bigger in one day? It doesn't make any sense at all. The Earth, the moon, away from the Earth is moon is 30 times distance.
Wait, George. Isn't there like a little thing that says on the mirror in every car?
things are closer than they appear.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is we're looking at a mirror. So the moon is actually in our rear end.
Yes, we're looking back at the moon, not forward.
Planet scale rear view mirror.
Exactly.
Oh my
where we
God.
need, where we're going, we don't need roads.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll see what happens. MJ True Ultra. A lot of people's dirty laundry is about to get aired out. The House just passed 420 to 0. A resolution directs the House Ethics Committee to preserve and publicly release record related to monetary settlements involving acts of sexual harassment and misconduct by the House member, current or former. Massey brought it as a privilege resolution, forcing a quick flow vote. No one spoke against it. What happens next? No Senate action needed. The Ethics Committee must not release the record publicly. Likely within 60 days, expect names, settlement accounts, and details to come out with, of course, redacted victims' info in some cases. So, for those who don't know or not aware, Congress happens to have a special account set aside specifically for House representatives and member of our government who commits act of sexual harassment or assault or whatever, and pay out settlement out of it, called
from the taxpayers' dollars.
On the taxpayer dollar. So now what we're going to watch is what they've somehow, by some miracle and witchcraft, all of them in the House, all 420 member, decided to vote yes to it. By some arcane witchcraft of unknown origin.
You know, they should have had the Save America Act in that bill, and you'll see how quickly they will say yes to.
Oh, the House already passed it. You know.
Oh, geez.
It's the Senate that we're waiting on. The House passed it last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
motherfuckers.
So we're only waiting on the Senate, who's been dragging their feet for the last year.
Holy smokes!
Yeah. So, yeah. So this House Senate, it's the thing that's dragging their feet right now. The House already passed the that portion of the Save American Act.
Wow.
Was the fastest things ever. It was like a week after Trump came into office. Mike Johnson did it like snap there, and now we're just waiting. We're waiting for the other half. Because it takes both houses to approve it, and then it goes to President Trump for signing or veto, you know. Speaking of the Save American Act, right, George? I like how we always segue to the next thing.
Barack Hussein Obama. I cannot understand it. The leader has the right to fire the person at will and put somebody else there. That would be, because we get so many negative rulings from her, the parliamentarian. She's been there for years, and she was put there by Harry Reid and Barack Hussein Obama. Harry Reid was a bad guy, and he was the leader, and he put her. And the speaker has the right to immediately fire her and put somebody else there. And it's not even believable that she's still there. She's obviously a good politician or something. Imagine why you'd keep a woman that was put there by Harry.
All right, there you go.
Who's he talking about?
He's talking about the Senate parliamentarian clerk. It's a glorified clerk that's supposed to advise and tell the Senate of procedure. That position is not really needed as a glorified secretary, but they're acting like, oh no, we didn't get the approval of the parliamentarian, so we can't vote on this bullshit. When the Senate majority leader can at will vote fire that person and put in who they want. And they're only supposed to be giving advice, not actual have any authority.
So basically, this is an employee who just doesn't want to get fired.
This is an employee who's giving the excuse for people who don't want to pass a law to drag their feet. Oh no, oh no. Interesting world. He built a voice-activated replica of the doors of Durin from Lord of the Rings that opens when you say Malong. An incredible piece of craftsmanship.
Melon.
After this, kill the audio. Clank, clank, clank. Spits. Rub.
Yeah.
Clank, clank,
clank,
clank. Fliff.
Wood cabin.
Fliff. Tick, 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 tick.
Now. Can you imagine if somebody saw this back in the 60s?
They would think it's magic.
It's magic. Nice. All right, next order. President Trump has arrived in Washington, D.C. with the new Air Force One, which is 1.5 times bigger than the old one, completing her maiden voyage out of North Dakota. The pilots are even flying an American flag outside the cockpit to commemorate this. An absolute majestic beast.
Holy shit.
You know what's amazing? This is almost the size of the Space Fortress.
Is it really?
Yeah. Now, do you notice the colors?
Black and red and white?
No, that's dark blue.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. Dark blue, red, and white.
No, it's dark blue. It's dark flag blue.
Yeah. Hey, do you know what it looks like? It looks like the American flag compared to the previous coloring, which was light blue and white, which looked like the UN color.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is interesting. Matt Vanswell, what on earth? Over 100 flock cameras were set to go dark at the end of June after a city council voted to shut them down have bizarrely remained on, and the police are still using them. On June 17, the City Council Safety Committee voted to end the contract because they asked the police to prove these cameras actually reduced crime. The police could point to only 3 cases that led to conviction. So the City Council let the contract expire on June 29th, but the people then noticed that the cameras were still up because Flock volunteered to keep them running for free while the city figures it out. In fact, the police confirmed they're still running them to keep this community safe, and the company agreed to keep the system alive despite the contract expiring. It gets worse. When reporter asks simple questions like, "Is the data still being collected? Did the camera shut off or keep recording? Who can access what's already stored?" It turns out neither the city nor Flock would answer. To recap, the contract is expired. The elected body said no. Nobody reauthorized it. And Flock won't say what it's doing with the data. The cameras are still on and being used with the police.
Wow.
Meaning the reason why Flock is still volunteering to give that operate is because they're selling the data. Duh. The data is more important than keeping the community safe. They're making more money on the data than they are with the contract. That's why they're still doing it for free. All right. George?
Yeah, no, that's okay. It's a very simple story. I got nothing. It's too simple.
It's too simple.
Yeah, way too simple. Too simple. Very simple.
Very simple.
Yeah. No simple. And what's this?
This is the part of the opinion. This is part of the opinion of Justice Jackson's Trump versus Barbara. One of the rulings that was made in the last couple of days. May I read some of this for your listening pleasure?
Sure.
This is from Supreme Court Justice Jackson. Trump versus Barbara. Jackson J. concurring. Internal quotation marks omitted. Also true is the fact that this court has the time and again denied Americans that promise. Post at 90. The consensus about the 14th Amendment's central motivation does not justify Justice Thomas' myopic treatment of it. The amendment caused a paradigm shift in the trajectory of our nation. The teacher who schools a student for bullying a classmate hopes the student learns the broader lesson of treating everyone with kindness, not just that one kid. In the aftermath of the Civil War, and those who championed the 14th Amendment, both within and beyond the Congress, understood the assignment. Their work product used language that transcended race and region, and thereby changed and broadened the meaning of freedom for all Americans. Instead of limited, save of principle dissenting makes it out to be, the Citizen Clause reflects the universal approach.
Wow.
You know what? I don't think you still felt it. Let me give you another sampling.
Okay.
As I understand the concern, in this clash over respective powers of two coordinate branch of government, the majority sees a paragraph but not by a presumably lawless executive choosing to act in a matter that flaunts the plain text of the Constitution. Instead, to the majority, the power-hungry actors are, parenthesis, wait for it, the district courts.
What?
I didn't know that bubonic slang in legal document was going to be a thing, George.
I didn't know either.
Yeah. But this is a little bit higher class because she has to actually spelled it out.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, man. Just reading this gave me a headache. You have my sympathies.
Oh, somebody had to do it.
Yes. New York Post. The Holy Grail find. Archaeologists claim they have uncovered ruins linked to the Ark of the Covenant.
Bullshit. We all know it's in the warehouse. Indiana Jones proved it.
Bullshit. We know that it's in Mar-a-Lago because we saw it in Mar-a-Lago.
All right, I got nothing on that one.
All right. I would like you to think of this right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then think of what this happens right here. That's from the class report.
Okay, do it.
הללו ולהיות חלק מהעולם החדש.
אתה רוצה להפסיק את הסיוע האמריקאי?
כן.
מתי זה יתפסק?
שמע, אני רוצה לעשות שיפוע של 10 שנים. אני מאוד מעריך את התמיכה שקיבלנו, אני בטוח שכולכם מעריכים את זה.
גם הכספי?
So what's that gobbledygook? I want to stop American aid. It's like welfare and I don't want it.
So you're telling me he's the only country who's voluntarily not accepting USAID?
USA money. We don't need American aid. Hey, George, what was that last article we found? The Holy Grail found?
Yeah.
Jewish Prime Minister, I want to stop American aid. We've Holy Grail found? I want to stop American aid. From a Jewish guy. I want no free money.
Oh my gosh.
You see the timely of the two stories?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of timely of two story. Hey, George, guess what people started finding in the wreckage of buildings in Venezuela after the earthquake?
What?
No. Yes.
How?
I wonder how the Venezuela government was still being propped up when they had no economy to speak for. Who's been funding them all these 100 bills that are now being scattered, and now these people are saying, go away. You can't be over here where all this money is lying around in this rubble.
Wow.
Looks like we're going to see a little bit more civil war happening over there in Venezuela now that the government can't pay their paramilitary thugs.
Look at that money, man.
Yeah.
That's American money.
Yeah. It's not old American money either. It's new American money.
Yeah, and it's not even counterfeit.
Yeah. So the question becomes, why is new American money in here in Venezuela?
Somebody's not talking to Lucy.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe they are talking to Lucy. Nick Soto, two protesters with a flag had climbed up the top of the spire of the Empire State Building. How the hell did they even get up there? Pray for the first responder who are going to have to get these degenerate off the freaking spire. I got nothing.
I know, me either.
I mean, I know what it is. I know the backstory of this, but it's so stupid. I don't even want to move forward with it.
Why don't they just have a trampoline, at the base of the Empire State Building, and they just say jump?
Yeah, because the wind factor, a little bit to the left, and it'll cut skaplack.
Skaplat?
Skaplack. Like a watermelon. Ever dropped a watermelon?
No, I never dropped a watermelon. I always eat a watermelon, but I never dropped a watermelon.
Hey, have you ever frozen a watermelon?
Oh, I've frozen watermelon all the time. It's absolutely delicious.
Have you ever frozen a watermelon, cut it in half, and then scrape the inside of it, and then start pouring cold cream or milk in it, and just mixing it up?
Cream? Yes.
Yep. There you go.
It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Donald J. Trump, big news. Micron, who's getting sued for ramp cartel, but it's not important right now. It's a truly great American company right now, and one of the hottest anywhere in the world, has announced a historic $250 million investment in the Trump account. Remember, if you make babies and open an account within these 4 years, you too will have a Trump account. This incredible gesture, forcefully made by the fantastic CEO Sanjay Mehrotra, will make many children extremely happy someday in the not too distant future. This is the biggest corporate investment of its kind, and with the help jumpstart the American dream for those fabulous children as we celebrate the 250th anniversary. This massive investment will help millions of American children and family get a strong start in life and give them real financial security. Macron is investing directly in the American worker and family. This is exactly what the fabulous, successful Trump account were created to do. So give every American child a head start and a real chance to succeed. My policy are working and working big. Our country is doing far better than any country anywhere in the world. Have you seen the World Cup people? They're absolutely loving our food and places. And companies like Macron's are proving every single day. This is the golden age of America. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Well, geez, Trump, I don't feel it in my pocket. My pocket's still feeling like it's getting beaten like a abused housewife on a Tuesday night.
What a description. What a description.
I should have said a Wednesday night because we're on a Wednesday. Eric, President Trump stuns the expert by confirming he has made the U.S. $80 billion in 8 months off the Intel deal. I should have asked for more. That stake is now worth $80 billion. I made $80 billion for a country in 8 months. Does anyone talk about it? No.
Yeah, the Democrats are bitching like, how can President Trump, take ownership and saying blah blah blah. And it's like they actually miss out the part, the key part, that it's not Trump that has ownership in the tech company. It's the American people.
And do you know why this is important? Because people in the back rooms are not getting it. Why is this such an important and big deal, George?
Why?
Because this is a step of how we're going to remove
the income tax?
The income tax and the federal taxes that's on the American people, because
all right. No one likes to show off, man.
Right. No. Because they keep asking, how are you going to provide for essential service and the blah 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 bullshit? You don't have to tax it. You put a stake in the company. The government gets the companies is incentivize to make sure that the company is successful, incentivize that the people are working, and that generates the wealth that will bring in the sovereignty wealth fund. The more the sovereignty wealth fund is high, the less that we need to worry about taxes, and the more it comes into our dividends, into benefits, more services, more treatments, and better services. We'll get to the point that this sovereign wealth fund will make it that we can work 20 hours if we feel like it, and so meet the income necessary for the month. And if you want to work more, you can work more, but you don't have to. It's kind of like, it's that saying, work smarter, not harder. And Trump is kind of teaching you, the American people, it's like, get off the mentality of being a slave. Start thinking a mentality of how billionaires make money. They work smarter instead of harder. George?
Oh.
Okay. Let's see, where was it? There it is. So, apparently because of the earthquake and thunderstorm in the Sahara Desert coming into place, the skies of Venezuela has turned red because of the electrical charges reacting to the Sahara Desert sand that has been blown over.
So that actually is sand in the air.
Yes.
And people are going, ooh, instead of getting a mask on so they don't breathe that sand that's in the air.
Right.
Okay, just checking.
So for those who are wondering, it's like, why is it all red? It's the Sahara Desert, who was pushed away earlier this week because of the hot heat, bringing them in, and then the electric storms are happening, causing it. Mario, EU chief von der Linden just made Europe more expensive for no reason. Duties on cheap parcel? Great way to protect failing retailers while screwing every consumer. EU elite hates competition. Love your property. From today, custom duties apply to e-commerce parcel worth up to 150 euros entering the EU. 30 million European works in retail, is our largest private sector employer. The surge in low-value online imports has our retailers at an unfair disadvantage. Too many of these products also fail to meet EU safety standard, putting consumers at risk. Today's change is about restoring fairness for European businesses and better protecting our consumers.
Yeah.
So basically, you're paying another $10 euro on top of whatever it is.
Jeez.
So if you're in the European Union and you're waiting for that Kickstarter box, guess what? Instead of your customs and duty being $20, it's going to be the same price of your game that you paid for, doubling the price.
All right, what's this? Is this Europeans freaking out?
No, these are Japanese freaking out.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay.
Yeah, kill the audio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clint Eastwood, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Magnum Force. Oh, yes.
Yeah, because it's illegal to own a firearm in Japan.
Oh, yes. MAGA. Uh-huh.
It's like, I feel great.
Yeah, I feel the power. Oh, yes. The guy's holding, what is that? That is a Magnum, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
ahead. Make my day, punk.
They're so small and they make the gun so comically big. There you go. Oh. He has the power. Liam McCollum. Justice Clarence Thomas on why Woodrow Wilson was the worst president. Newly elected president Woodrow Wilson agreed with much of the Eldridge Plan, but insisted upon an executive agency that would exercise governmental control over the banking economy. A link, Woodrow Wilson in the Progressive Era, 1910-1917, page 48, 1954. Link. Also see Wohlberg, 81 and 91. Wilson, in this respect, was also departing from tradition. He has long believed that the bureaucrats might more effectively govern the country than the American people. Perez versus Mortgage Bankers Association, 575 U.S. 92, 130, number 6, 2015. Thomas J. concurring in the judgment. Wilson's ideal system of the government was not the tripartite and the limited one enshrined in our Constitution, but the German Empire system of unified administrative power, which he, echoing Warburg, saw as a nearly perfected. W. Wilson, the study of administration, second politics science, Q 197204, 1887 at 207, 214, 219. Hey, you know what's so amazing about 1887, George?
It came after 1886.
Exactly. And you know what was created in 1886? The Fabian Society. You know what the symbol of the Fabian Society is?
What?
A wolf in sheep's clothing.
Oh, jeez.
Yes. Wilson disliked the American system of government because it ultimately depended on the will of the people, whom Wilson believed were selfish, ignorant, timid, stubborn, and foolish. Also see Wilson Constitutional Government of the United States, 45, 56, 57, 1908. Wilson College and State, 106, 107, 11, 111, 129, 396 to 115, 1925. American, Wilson said, did too much by vote and too little by expert administrative body, or in his own word, executive expertness. Wilson, second politics science Q at 207, 214. So when Wilson learned of the Eldridge Plan, he asked for it to include a novel executive agency to govern the banking economy. The Independent Regulatory Commission 151, 1941. Thus was born the Federal Reserve Board. The board was the second independent regulatory commission in American history following the Interstate Commerce Commission. Unlike the first and second national bank, which possessed no sovereign power, the Federal Reserve Bank would be a new federal agency with broad power affecting the entire banking and currency system. Oh, by the way, did you know that members of the banking reserve are actually foreign power bankers?
Yeah, they're not patriots.
Exactly. So basically, we just gave up our economy. We already lost the war before the war even started, George.
Yeah, it sucks to be you.
Exactly.
Well, us Canadians, we never lost a war because they already won before we even started the war.
Exactly.
Before we even knew there was a war.
Exactly.
And before we even knew someone was thinking about a war.
Exactly.
Before and we even knew what the concept of war was.
Exactly. And you only came to being because we mortgaged you out to pay for the Civil War.
Yeah, shut up.
Breaking on one, the Energy Department has declared an emergency for the nation's largest power grid as a massive heat dome threatens electricity demand across areas homes to 160 million Americans. So Americans are facing up to 115 degrees Fahrenheit in this week.
Oh, that's how Canadians are going to be taking over America.
Yep.
Hot weather.
Hot weather, eh?
Yep.
Okay. Mr. Fireside, a user on 4chan's posted a method of developing psychic ability. It involves training the brain using isochronic tones starting at 15 to 20 hertz, using sites like onlinetonegenerator.com while focusing attention on a visual point. One note mentions tobacco as a way to accelerate cognitive process. Oh, very interesting. Have fun and be careful. You too.
You know what? Send me a link to this in the DM.
Okay. George is going to be trying to become a psychic. He's going to have nosebleeds.
Well, you know what? If it works, I'll let you guys know.
Yes, in your mind. Wow. Next one up. So apparently new evidence has emerged. This is from the Redhead Libertarian. DNA showed that several possible suspects, according to letters and document. Thomas Jefferson's younger brother, Randolph, was the evident father. Everybody knew this at the time, but the detractor who writes the textbook wants your children to shame America. So apparently, the story about Jefferson souring 6 children with Sally Hem's slave at his plantation, it's turned to be false. Apparently, it's his brother Randolph who sired those 6 kids.
That's great.
So, I guess Jefferson was a man of principle. I love when new evidence shows, contrary to fact. Discussing film, Danny Glover has revealed he has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. I can live with it, in a sense. I'm sure as events, things are going to be different and changing.
No wonder he kept on saying, Riggs, Riggs,
Riggs,
Riggs, where are you, Riggs?
Yeah.
Over what, 4 movies?
Yeah.
Riggs.
You know what's sad and amazing? And this is him from Lethal Weapons 1, right? He was 40 in that picture.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like a day over 41.
Inside paper, internet mogul Kim.com loses appeal against U.S. extradition order. He thought staying in New Zealand would protect him. Nope. His fat ass is coming to the United States.
He's gonna rule the whole event.
Yeah. Breaking: 3 major egg producers have agreed to settle price fixing allegation brought by the DOJ in 17 states, paying at $3.3 million and donating 53 million eggs to food banks and nonprofit organizations. Meaning your eggs were price gouged, and we were paying more for our eggs than we're supposed to.
Petty cash.
BMO News breaking: Victor Willis, founding member of the Village People and lead singer of the YMCA, has died at 74. Well, sir, thank you for your song.
The guy owed me $5.
Yeah. I mean, young man, you can go get it now. I said, young man, why don't you come and get it now? Young man, just open up ditch and come get it now. You're $5.
How to avoid paying $5, young man. Just stay away from George, young man. And you'll never have to pay George.
Eric, President Trump has told acting director of national intelligence Will Pullett to declassify anything he wants. Pullett is there. I said, you can declassify whatever you want. I told him, you do it as fast as possible. I think Bill will declassify. Bill's there for a month, 2 months. Jay Clayton has a hearing in 2 weeks. here's the beautiful thing: because Jay Clinton is still in the process, the time that Bill has been paused. So that 120 days time limit is currently at pause at this time. And if Jay doesn't succeed, then that's okay, because he continues on until he can nominate another person, and then it'll pause again. And if that person doesn't succeed, then it'll restart again. And if that doesn't succeed, he'll keep restarting until he gets it all done with Bullet.
Gee whiz.
Yeah. So, it's a hatchet man, George. Hatchet man. Let's see. All right. You know, I don't see a body, and they're saying that Senator McConnell is still alive.
Well, they need to keep him alive because there's still a lot of what do you call it? Rulings to rule. You know?
Rule to rules.
Rules to rules. Rulings to rule.
Yep.
You'll see. I'm telling you. And they're going to phone it in and say, McConnell said no to this. And they go like, okay, show us. Show us that he said no.
It'll say no. It will be said no. Just a reminder, Clarence Thomas embodies the spirit of defiance against a scourge of ideological bigotry.
I'd rather die than withdraw. If they're gonna kill me, they're gonna kill me.
So you'd still like to serve on the Supreme Court?
I'd rather die than withdraw from the process.
Oh, I get the joke. I get the joke.
Not for the
That's the music from Last of the Mohicans.
Yeah.
purpose of serving on the Supreme Court, but for the purpose of not being
holding his ground. Like you can see on their face.
Yeah.
driven out of this process. I would not be scared. I don't like bullies. I've never run from bullies. I never cry uncle, and I'm not going to cry uncle today, whether I want to be on the Supreme Court or not. I'd rather die.
All right.
And then last one. This is from Anthony Scalia. Or Scalia.
Forget the Constitution. Let's just talk politics, you and me. Right.
No, Senator, beg to differ. There has been scholarly criticism of the whole notion of right to privacy.
Well, I agree.
And it's not at all inconceivable that criticism will be reflected in a brief before the Supreme Court. And
well, that very well may be, but it doesn't. In other words, if the right to privacy exists, if you believe the right to privacy exists, and I believe you have stated in what was that in the CNN case? Was that in the, excuse me one moment. I believe, and I can't pin down where you said it. It was in an article.
I don't think you'll find
in the Panhandle article. Did you say that the right to privacy is one of the deepest and most profoundly held beliefs in our society?
I don't recall having said that, Senator.
I see. Let me. I'm sorry, I misspoke. What was being referred to is your answer to me earlier, saying that in order to meet your test, it has to be one of the deepest and most profoundly held views in society. And you always do you have any doubt the right to privacy is one of those deeply and profoundly held view of American society? Forget the Constitution. Let's just talk politics, you and me.
It's very hard to answer. You began this line of questioning by answering me, never mind what the right of privacy consists of. I can't answer that question without knowing what you mean by the right of privacy.
Sure, you can acknowledge whether or not you believe there is, in fact, let's start over again. Clean the slate. Do you believe that Americans as a whole believe that there is a right to privacy that they have, inherent, that they think they have a right to privacy? Do you think that's a deeply and profoundly held belief by American society? Whether it's found in the Constitution or found in natural law or found in the...
I can tell you, absolutely there is a right to privacy, and I can prove it to you with one statement. You ready?
All right.
Toilet, bathroom doors. That's it. That's it. Done. The argument's done right there.
Their Bible or found in the Talmud. That's a society. I mean, do you have any doubt that Americans believe?
I'll give you that, Sen. I think.
Good man. I tell you, we're getting there. All right. Now, having said that, do you believe that is there any doubt in your mind that the Ninth Amendment, in conjunction with other amendments as it relates to particular assertions of particular rights of privacy? If I can find the Ninth Amendment here so I don't misquote it. Do you have the Ninth Amendment sitting there? Dig it out for me, will you? The Roman numerals confuse me, Judge.
Let's see if yours is the same as mine. I have one here, too.
All right. I almost read the 11th. The enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. Is there any doubt in your mind that the people, at the time and now, believe they have retained the right to privacy, whatever that means?
No, I think there's no doubt in my mind of that.
Okay. Secondly, if in fact that, well, I don't have to go any further actually, because in fact it seems to me if there, in some form or another, there is a constitutional protected right of privacy. What that means remains to be seen, whether it means the right to engage in homosexual activity in one's bedroom or anything else remains. I'm not going to ask you to comment on that, but let me again, I guess my time, I don't
understand why he even brought that concept up.
Because he was trying to figure out how to normal. If you understand, let me put this. He was trying to figure out how this judge would rule on privacy issue, knowing that he's a criminal. And remember, at that time, homosexuality was a crime in most states.
Yeah.
So that's why he kind of brought it up. And basically, what he's trying to say is, hey, Scalito, I have a right to privacy. The government can't just wholesale come into my domicile or whatever, or record me or whatever without my consent or without my knowledge. That's what he was trying to get at. Because I could be a criminal engaging in a mass conspiracy where I'm taking bribes and selling state secrets, but I'm doing it in a private manner with between families.
Yeah.
So he was trying to gauge what's going on, and everybody's trying to gauge him about that, and he's coming out poorly. You thought it was old age, but it wasn't. We were just too good of an acting to listen to actual Joe Biden. And then last thing, and then we'll cut it for today. American AF, the two greatest African American in U.S. history. There you go. All right.
Actually, you know what? Hold that thought. Let me see if I can. There's one more. Let me find one more.
All right.
This one's a little more profound, and it plays off of the that meme you just did.
All right.
You just reminded me of it, and I'm going like, you know what? let's do this because it's got a perspective on the concept of being African American. That's, you know what, it'll just actually destroy your concept, your expectations, and you're gonna go like, wait a minute, is this legit? Is this you know, a thing? And pretty much it is. I was actually surprised because it was just 3 bullet points, and it was all historically accurate as far as I know. And that historically accurate bullet point is what kind of threw me off. I go like, wait a minute, that kind of concept is, it's one thing to have the concept, it's another thing to go, oh shoot, it's accurate, it's all accurate. It's legit. It's something that's actually happened in history, but we were never taught about it. I mean, it's really unusual. I mean, actually, no, it's not unusual. On this show, we've been playing a lot of stuff that's completely unusual, and we end up saying, yeah, it looks like it's just another normal day.
I'm telling you, it's going to get weirder and weirder as time progresses because it has to be so ridiculous that even the least awake of us can see it. You know?
Yeah.
It's kind of like the that's a psychology video. You know, the one that we play, like there's a team doing a sport activity or some kind of task, and you're watching it, and somebody says, "Hey, did anybody notice the gorilla, the person in the gorilla walking by?"
Yeah, exactly. And you're going like, "What gorilla?"
Exactly.
Yeah, you're so busy. You're looking through your phone, right?
Right.
Yeah, that kind of thing is just. Okay, let me see if I can't find the next few seconds, I'm just gonna do the dialogue on it.
Right.
Let's see. My gosh. Oh, no. Okay, I'm gonna have to do the dialogue on it. Okay, so as far as I recall, it was this nice black old lady. Says, you know what? There's 3 things that destroy the whole concept of African American.
Sure.
And they said, well, one thing is that the what we call the black people in that were brought over to North America had relations with the natives. So your history is not with Africa. Your history is here in North America. And then she goes on to detail 2 other points of history that clearly dictate that there's no way you have ties to Africa in any way or shape or form. And I go like, holy smokes, how is this even remotely possible? And the way she just, there it is, got it, copy link. So instead of me trying to remember, there it is. Do it.
All right. So, which one? Black. All right, this one. All right, is she Black Americans? Is she telling the truth? All right, we will find out.
I keep saying this, that, and the third in my comment section, so I'm just going to say it. You are not African American. Yeah? I said it, but before you run to the comment section, let me explain, because by the end of this, you will have a completely new perspective about the term African American. If you're new here, we just don't make claims without backing them up with evidence. So there are 3 big reasons why I can confidently say you're not African American. But before I tell you, let's just use a little common sense. Let's just say you look at the state of America and you think, I'm done with this. I'm going back to my roots. So you take a little DNA test and book a one-way flight to the country with the largest percentage of your DNA. But when you hop off the plane and set foot in that African country, you realize that that DNA test did not give you one name or village for you to reach out to. Now, I'm sure that the African people in whatever country you choose to go to will be hospitable, but they will all tell you that you are not African. But what about the evidence? Because I did say we back up on claims around here. So here are the 3 reasons I can say with confidence that you are not African American. The third one's gonna mess you up the most. Number 1, that DNA test you just took can't connect you to a single living person on that continent. And that's not a coincidence. You see, when Africans came among the indigenous people, all you had was what someone whispered to the next person before they died. My mother used to tell us that our grandfather used to say he was Cherokee. And I believed her, but she didn't have a document or a paper trail because they didn't give enslaved people paper trails. All they had was each other's word. And now the history books want you to believe their narrative instead of your own family tree. Number 2, and this is where it starts to get crazy. They were already here. You see, when colonizers came over to the Americas, they wrote down what they saw. And they said that they saw dark-skinned, melanated people thriving on this land way before slavery. That's not a theory, that's in their records. But here's what they don't teach you in school. In addition to bringing slaves from Africa, they also enslaved the indigenous people who were already here. So after the 250 plus years of slavery, our lineage became blended with some Africans and the indigenous people. Now I need you to stay with me for number 3, because this is the most important one. But before I tell you, if you like what you're learning, go ahead and like the video and follow if you want to see more posts like this. All right, number 3, colonizers changed our family's names, which helped confuse our lineage. When Africans arrived on this soil, slave traders renamed them and gave them their own European names and reclassified their lineage. Because when you see someone as property, you don't preserve their identity. You erase it and replace it with yours. They didn't just change what people were called. They deliberately changed family trees so no one could easily trace back where they came from and who they actually were. Your last name right now might not be your ancestors' family name. It might be the name of whoever they work for or the family they married into. They renamed and reclassified many of your ancestors to make them forget who they are. And we are the children of their grandchildren. So no wonder why some of us are confused, because the odds are your ancestors were here before this country was even named America. And they were the foundation who built America. So that's why you're probably not African. You're a foundation.
Bullshit. Sorry.
There you go. And that's a different, way different perspective from all the reparations people. I need reparations.
Yeah, no, that's almost a part of saying that there's black Japanese samurais and black Japanese people, black Chinese.
There isn't.
Yeah, there is.
But the Google AI told us there is.
There isn't, and it's using faulty information from a guy who made fanfic of a passing African slave that was bought by Oda Nobugata as a party, clown or whatever.
It was just a party joke.
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh no. There's no black Africans.
No, that kind of blows.
Yeah, no. If you're talking about Native Americans, it would be the Vikings and the indigenous people mixing it together, because there's evidence of that happening.
Oopsie,
because they found long boats deep within the United States.
Well, that's why they call them longboats, because it took them a long time to figure out that, hey, we're no longer on water.
Exactly.
Yeah. We've been rowing on sand
Yeah.
for the last 6 weeks. What the hell?
Yeah.
What's this canyon?
Good job, George. Good job, George. You scared all our viewers away. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow for more. Until then, bye.
I believe that together we can make America great again. I believe